Hey guys, welcome back. So are you curious about one of the best neighborhoods that you've probably never heard of? Well, today we're going to be talking about just that, so let's get after it right now. Let's talk about Safety Harbor. You may have heard a few things about Safety Harbor, but has it really been on your radar? There's a couple of reasons why I think it should be on your radar, especially if you're looking at alternatives that are a little bit more west of Tampa. Safety Harbor is just west of Tampa, west of the airport. It's just north of St. Pete, and it's just east of Clearwater. So behind me is the bay. It's a very windy day. We've had on and off rain, lots of cars going by. So, you know, I do my best here for you guys. But I wanted to point out Safety Harbor because it's one of my favorite places to hang out. And a lot of the locals, when they move to Safety Harbor, they don't leave. And there's a lot of really great reasons for it. I'm gonna show you some properties. I'm gonna show you the quaint little downtown Main Street. I'm gonna show you the spa. So let's start with some of the great things that Safety Harbor has to offer. So some of the great things about Safety Harbor that I personally love and my friends love when we come down here is there's always some sort of festival or farmer's market. Also, there's a lot of outdoor music. Like I just drove by Barfly, which there's always great music going on out there on the weekends. Safety Harbor Inn and Spa is one of its big attractions because it sits right on the bay and it's pretty old, but it's still extremely popular. My mom and I come here quite often because you can get a day pass and you can use all of their spa facilities. If you book yourself a massage or a manicure or anything like that, you get the spa features included. And so that includes the pool, and there's a great little cafe outside the pool as well, and you can do the sauna and that sort of thing. It's a fun little girl day, I'm not gonna lie. I also like the fact that Safety Harbor is an extremely walkable little small town, and it has its own little main street like I mentioned, which I'm gonna show you, and it still has a bunch of mom and pop shops, which again, in this day and age, we got to support our local businesses. And so they're thriving here. There are some big corporate hotels starting to come in. I hope that doesn't change the landscape that much. But the locals really love the fact that they can jump on their bike or walk or get in a golf cart if they want and head down to the main street where you've got your Starbucks, you've got your great restaurants, you've got wine bars, Sips, which is one of my favorite little wine bars, and ice cream and that sort of thing. It's a great area for my young families or even my soon-to-be empty nesters. Again, it's a very active area, very active neighborhood. And let's not forget, and I don't want to forget, we've got the marina at the very end of Main Street, which is right alongside of the Safety Harbor Inn and Spa. And you've got obviously boats. There's actually free boat slips there. I've used them before so that you can take your boat wherever you want to go and come back and you go to one of the restaurants. It's kind of a cool thing. They've got an amazing pier that goes all the way out and it has a covered area and you can fish, that sort of thing. Kayaking. I've kayaked in this bay and I'm not gonna lie, a day like today with the wind the way it is, I would not be kayaking in this. I've gotten stuck before. But it's beautiful. This bay water is amazing. The cool thing about the neighborhoods here in Safety Harbor is you have a big mix. You have these multi-million-dollar homes that sit on the water and even a little bit nestled back into some of the neighborhoods a little bit south of Safety Harbor. Or as you get closer into the main street of Safety Harbor, you've got homes that are in that 300, 400, 500 range. Now, they're gonna need a little bit of love, some renovations. We're starting to see some of these properties get renovated and become these beautiful homes. Now, they're gonna start probably more in the 700 range and up. So you've got a little bit of a mixed bag. You can get a small, like Florida bungalow home, or you can get a multi-million-dollar home, and you're right here on the bay. You also are close to a lot of parks. One of my favorites is Philippi Park, where they have some areas where you can launch your kayaks, and there's some playgrounds, there's some picnic table areas where you can have like little kids parties. And again, that's all along the bay. There's Moccasin Lake Park. There's also, I really wanted to share with you guys this park. There's Alligator Lake. Yes, Alligator Lake. I accidentally found Alligator Lake once when I took my dog to the dog park next door to it. And you do walk around this little, like, it's almost like a swamp. It's not really a lake. And I did see an alligator. So just south, it's not really around anything major. So you're not gonna have to worry about alligators like coming up and nipping your ankles. Don't worry about that. But the alligators are gonna be closer to the water, so keep that in mind. And before we move on to showing you some properties, I wanted to talk about a couple of places that I absolutely love in Safety Harbor. So whether you decide to come visit Safety Harbor just for fun, or you're gonna look to actually live in and around Safety Harbor, because I do recommend that as well. Lots of the areas are surrounding Safety Harbor are really great, but you gotta check out Giggle Waters. Giggle Waters is a really cool restaurant, and in the back they've got a theater. You've got Sips Wine Bar, which is almost like wine vending machines. You put your card in, you get a glass, and you can sip lots of different kinds of wine, which I love. And also, like I mentioned before, Barfly, they've got some amazing lobster tacos that are my faves. And of course, being close to Philippi Park. I go there a lot to kayak, as I mentioned. So let's dive a little deeper into a map, and let me show you exactly where Safety Harbor is. And then so on the map, we'll show, like, as you can see, Safety Harbor is just west of the airport, as well as just east of Clearwater. So you're in close proximity to the beaches. You're still just about 30 minutes from the Tampa airport. Okay, let's move on to some properties, because it's getting really windy out here and I wanna make sure you guys can hear me. So let's go take a look at some properties. Hey guys, just wanna stop the video real quick and remind you that if you have any real estate needs or any relocation help that you need in the west coast of Florida, I'm your girl. My links are below. Don't forget, you can text me, you can call me. Best thing to do is jump on my calendar. Also, as you know, hit the thumbs up, subscribe button. You know what to do. Let's get back to the video. Okay guys, so we're at the first property. It is a 4.3. It's $599K and it is 2238 square feet. So the agent is with us, so I'm gonna be on the video, but I'm gonna come back after and I'm gonna tell you my thoughts. So let's go take a look at it. You probably see why I didn't want to talk about the property in front of the client. This is something that happens to me quite frequently. I want to show you guys properties, but sometimes we can't control what's in the inside of the house. So depending on your style, that might not be, pleasing to the eye. But here's the things that I like about this house. I like that the kitchen, you could take that wall out, there's an L-shaped wall out, and open up the kitchen, and then you have a huge open concept of that space. There is a fifth bedroom, even though it's not technically a bedroom, so there's a possibility to have basically a mother-in-law suite on the other side of the house. Now, these people are in transition, so there's a lot of stuff everywhere, so it is really hard to show the property a little bit more in a clean sense. I really think that it has potential, but at that price point, I'm not too sure. But let me tell you, the neighborhood is great. You are very close to the main drag, as well as close to the main street. So all right, let's keep looking at some properties. Let's show you the next one. So I'll tell you guys right away, I really love the layout and I love the finishes. Look at that floor color. Beautiful kitchen. Now, here's a problem I have. This is the bathroom. It's beautiful, very well done. Hello, right? A nice tub, but you have to share it with these 3 beds. So one of these is considered the master, which I think it's this one, which is long and narrow. Now, I will say they get points for the closets. They did that throughout. And I've been in houses like this before with these small bedrooms. Again, love what they did to the closets here. But why didn't they create a master suite? So that's my problem. Beautiful layout, right? Bright, clean. And this space in here, I think is really great. This is hanging a little too low for my liking, but let me flip the camera around and show you, this is the second bathroom. What is this? It's teeny tiny. Got the washer and dryer. What's the point of this bathroom? Don't understand. To me, this is a pool bathroom because you've got the door that leads outside. Why would you need, I don't understand. But they're doing the best with what they can in some of these older houses. The outside space is pretty lovely. I'm gonna flip it around to show you as well. And they've got a little shed out here. So let me flip around and show you. So there's some good and some bad for $535 in Safety Harbor. What I also want to show you is, yes, you've got this shed or a she shed, but you do have space to expand. So you can always pull that out. Now that's not a cheap renovation, but I definitely think, and you could turn that actually into the master, in my opinion, because I don't think you need a formal dining room anymore. But it's still pretty. I just don't know about that second bathroom. So what do you guys think of this one? Is this something that you would be interested in? Again, $535, 3.2, 1340 square feet, but you have room to expand. So again, I'm just in love with this kitchen, but you can't necessarily live in the kitchen all the time. All right, we're gonna head to our final property. So for $535, you get a 1-car garage. Still beautiful though, but a little odd. That's what happens around here. Some odd configurations of these older Florida homes, but all right, we got one more. Hang with me, got one more. Okay, so this property that we are in right now here in Safety Harbor, it's kind of off of a main street, which is okay, but the price point is great. It's $360K, it's a 3.2. Now it is 1,260 square feet, so it's one of those smaller homes. But let's take a look around and see what we think. I personally think this would be a great Airbnb, especially considering the area. It is a smaller footprint. You've got a nice room here. It's quite small though, not gonna lie, but you've got a really nice redone bathroom. And the kitchen is a decent size with all new appliances. Kind of a tiny master bath, not gonna lie, but again, if you're looking for some sort of investment property, I think this would do it. I think there's some pros and cons with this one. I think the price is good, $360 for this amount of square footage for 3-bedroom, 2-bath. The master's a bit small in my opinion, so whoever decided to flip this kind of didn't take some things into consideration, but at least gives you an idea of what you could get for $360 over here in Safety Harbor. I really don't want to forget to touch upon the flooding over here in Safety Harbor. There are parts of Safety Harbor that are in a high flood zone. And again, we're gonna stick a FEMA map up here for you to take a look at it. Don't forget, you can always utilize the FEMA map to help you understand about flood zones a little bit more succinct. So there are definitely, if you're closer to the water, you're closer to a flood zone. Come on guys, we understand that now, right? But some of these houses that I've been showing you are not in a flood zone, even though they're close to the water. So keep that in mind. Okay, so what did you guys think of all of those properties? I'm curious, was there any that were your favorite? I'm torn because some of them needed a lot of work, in my opinion, for the price, but I'd love to know your thoughts. Tell me what you think about Safety Harbor, and if you enjoyed this video, I appreciate it so much. Come back and see me next week and check out some of my other videos in the meantime. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye-bye.